going on, everybody? So today we've got a 2013 Chevy Malibu with a 2.5 in the shop, and it has a slew of problems. To begin with, you can see it here. I just added coolant to this thing, but it was all the way down, barely anything in the bottom, right there at the hose. And I just took it around the block for a ride, and I can smell coolant. So I'm not sure where it's coming from. I think in the past, these GMs were known for like plastic coolant lines in the back that would break or start to leak. So I don't know if that's what we got going on here or not, but I'll do some digging into that. We've also got to do both rear wheel bearings. Not sure if you're going to be able to hear this or not. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, or if you just hear the rotor against the pad, but it's grinding pretty bad. And they also have these, it's like a lateral upper control arm / torque arm, and the bushings are pretty shot on those on both sides. So we're going to have to get that taken care of. But I think one of the, believe it or not, one of the more complicated / expensive issues is probably going to be the fact that the defrost doesn't work. And that's the only thing that doesn't work. The floor works, the feet work, all that kind of stuff, the recirculation works. So see, I'll show you what we got going on. The heat works because I believe these have, I want to say these have 3 blend doors in them. So you're going to have one for your hot and cold, you're going to have one for your mode, and then one for your recirculation. I think. I'm not 100% positive. But anyway, so we will go, see, I've already kind of done a little bit of troubleshooting on it. Let's go back to data display. Go to the door position. Okay, so you can see right there up at the top, it says the mode door actuator. That's the commanded position. That's when you make a selection on here, that's what tells the actuator in here somewhere to actually open up the door to change the airflow to come out of your vents here, or your defrost, or the floor, or whatever. And then down here, this shows the actual position, right? So you'll see, like right now we have it on face. So when I push the floor button, the commanded position should change. Yep, and then you can see the computer's telling it to decrease the position. Watch that, make sure it goes smooth, and then those numbers need to match. Yep. So that works. Okay, so now we'll do the mixture of feet and defrost. Then we'll go face. And then we're going to go all the way to defrost. That should bring it all the way back down. And you can see here over on the oscilloscope portion of it too that everything is working. So the commanded, you can see the lines change. It tells it to increase or decrease correctly. And then you can actually physically see when it goes up or down for the changed position. But the problem is that even with it on defrost, it's only blowing out the vents. So I think with these, they have, so there's an, obviously, like I said, there's an actuator, but I think there's plastic gears that actually open up the door, and the actuator just moves the gears. And if those gears are stripped, because a pen or something got stuck in the door, I think it will still, the actuator will still go to the correct position, but because the gears are broken, they will not actually change it. I'm not sure how we're going to figure that out yet. I've never done one of these, but we're going to have to probably start taking apart a significant part of the dash. I just had one done on my mom's Lincoln MKX, and it was like between $40 and $100 in parts, but it was about $1,100 in labor, because we literally had to pull the pull dash. So anyway, we'll dig into it and see what we got going on. Alright guys, so I really hate cars, like with a passion. I would much rather work on a farm tractor, semi-truck, diesel pickup, something like that, but that's alright. Not every job is fun, and people I'm working on this for are good people, some of my good friends, so I'll do what I can for them. Anyway, so this is back to the defrost issue, and I'm not sure how good we're going to be able to get in here. Okay, yeah, you can see way up in the back there. You see that white? There's a white gear there, and then there's another black gear right there. Okay, so that is what the actuator turns, I believe, that black gear, which then turns the white gear, and then there's another really small one way behind there. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one on camera. Let me see here. Well, maybe if I go down here. Okay. So I think what the issue is the actuator moves those gears. Oh, shit, I took the key out. Give me a second. Oh. It helps when you know what you're doing. All right. Okay, so it moves the gears. Should move the gears if I can hit the right button. Hold on, I gotta find my buttons here. Okay, yep, there it goes. Let's see, now what I think the problem is on these is not the gears, but you can see those little arms that are behind them. I think that is what actually gets wore out. Because those arms is what is actually going to open and close the door. Yeah, they look pretty loose on there, but I don't know, you got a pretty... I don't know, I'm naive when it comes to these. I've never done one of these before, so I honestly think I'm gonna consult some experts. Maybe I'll call GM in the morning. It was pretty late at night now. Anyhow, I know that these are an issue. I mean, the plastic pieces in general are not great. Also, I'm very sorry about the poorly done video. Trying to crawl underneath that car. Anyhow, so I still think that's what the issue is. I also have no idea how I'm actually going to get to anything yet. I think I'm gonna have to take a considerable part of the dash apart, even more than I've done already. So stay tuned and we'll see what I can't make happen. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys something real quick, especially for your DIY guys at home. If you want to do it yourself, that's fine, but do yourself a favor and put anti-seize on all around the wheel bearing and on the inside of this collar here as well. See how nasty that is. Yeah, and just clean it out really good first. Normally, there's that. So I'll take the new bearing, which I'll show you guys, and around this entire collar here, all the way around, the whole thing. I'll anti-seize everything, and then I will also anti-seize the whole face of this bracket and all inside here. Because if I'm fortunate enough to have these guys as a repeat customer, if I ever have to do a wheel bearing for them again, or let's say there's a wheel bearing failure, you know, just as a manufacturer defect or something like that out of everybody's control, for me it'll come apart 100 times easier the next time. So just a little tip, keep in mind. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys have seen these type of calipers before, but I will never forget the first time I did, because I've never been more frustrated in my entire life. These actually have to spin in instead of just compressing them with a C-clamp or a tool or whatever. So they actually make a couple different kind of special tools. There's one that's like a square block that's just got a 3/8 drive square hole in it that you can put an extension on with a ratchet and then just put pressure on it and turn it in. But got this here, and this is actually super nice because that piece right there is like a little magnet. So then you just take your adapter plate, whenever you find out which one it is. I mean, we've got tons of different kinds. And then we'll just take this backing plate here, and it just slides over the handle. Anyway, you will go and don't drop it. That doesn't help. Okay, so then usually I will push it on there, and then you just take this in the back, and now I can turn this out tight against the back of the caliper, which will put pressure on it. And then I just take this, I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not. Yep. And then you can just see how it turns it back in. Sometimes it comes loose, and then you just got to readjust it. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. So, just a little tip. going on, guys? Pro tip for anybody that works on Fords: take breaks often, eat Snickers. So this truck will be in a later video. I did shocks, batteries, and it needs a charge air cooler on it, but we'll get more into that later. For now, we're gonna get back on this thing because I finally got the right caliper now. I noticed it yesterday when I was putting this on, that this is the caliper bracket. They send you a caliper and a bracket assembly. This is, oops, son of a gun. This is the one that they sent me here, and then this is the one they sent me. This is the one I took off. So if you guys can see, there's a little bit of a difference on where the pads ride. So when I had this one on, I would go to push the pads in and they would just fall out. So anyway, they sent me the right one. I've got this on here now. Just got to tighten it up, pull that caliper off, and then put the new one on. And then this thing is going to be pretty much all buttoned up. It's got to go get an alignment on Monday morning, and it's going to get the balance on the tires checked. Other than that, this thing should be ready to rock. So stay tuned for more.